Hello and welcome to the Tangled Skein CA. My name is Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7 on Ravelry and Instagram. Today is Wednesday, July 25th, 2018, and we're about 9:30 in the evening here in the Ottawa-Gatineau area. Those of you who recognize my face is because you probably know me from the two Tangled Skeins, which we recorded for about 6 years. Lynn and I decided to separate podcasts separately. I mean, not separate. We're still friends, and we just couldn't give what we wanted to give to the podcast anymore, and we had told ourselves a long time ago, if it's not a product that we can be happy with, and if we can't find the time and only squeezing in the time, it's just not right for us and for you, the viewers, who have followed us for so many years. So, Tangled Skein CA is my new podcast. You can find me on Facebook, so the Tangled Skein CA has a Facebook group. We have a blog, thetangledskein.ca.com. Our YouTube channel is the Tangled Skein CA, all separate words. Etsy is the Tangled Skein CA. I put the CA at the end of everything because I wanted it to be for Canada, because there are other shops that had similar names, and I didn't want to get mixed up and friend on somebody's name that they've already chosen. So I have a bunch of different sections. So they're going to be jumped off the needles is going to be my FOs. Jumping on the needles is going to be cast on soon. Needle to needle is going to be my whips. I'm reading show notes right here if you're wondering. In the stash drawers is going to be acquisitions. Designer madness. I am a designer now. My first pattern is out being test knit as we speak. Also, we're going to have on the shelves any Etsy updates are going to be there. So there's going to be some new stitch markers coming very soon. I just photographed them all last night, and I did some finishing touches on some of these the cat markers, there we go. So I have a bunch of those sets going in the shop as well. The fabric has been cut for the bags, not sewn yet, and so that'll be upcoming very soon. And Wallet Savers is going to be coupon codes for my shop or other people's shop. There is a thread in the group for coupon codes. So I'm naming this one, Here We Go. So I have no FOs. You know, I'm just not the FO queen, and I haven't been casting on very much either, so I'm quite proud of myself. What I have on the needles right now is I'm calling them the Deadpool Socks. So, and I'm sorry for the light. This is not going to be how I'm going to record. This is just a first go. So this is called Deadpool. It's quite redder than that in person. And this is fresh from the Cauldron. So I got this at Stitches Midwest last year. And this is a 80 Superwash Merino 20 Nylon, and I said Superwash. It's 400 yards, which is 100 grams. Plenty to make a pair of socks for my husband and have leftovers for myself and others. I'm knitting these on 2.75 millimeters, which is a US 2. The pattern that I follow is called the Basic Rib Sock Pattern by Kate Atherley. It's just the pattern that I started for him, and he likes it, and so that's kind of what I'm doing, kind of like Lynn for Rob. She uses the same pattern, although I have tried the Fish Lips Kits heel for him, but it doesn't quite work because he has wide, flat feet. So I didn't expect to get this far along on these because they're supposed to be for Christmas. Anyhow, and this is being housed in a new bag, which I will discuss a little later on in acquisitions. So this is, what is it, Nanny-O's Business. So I got myself a fox bag, and then I have something else to show in a little bit. I love that the way she has her tags sewn on. The inside is this beautiful blue with, what do you call that, paisley? And she has a nice, it's like a keychain ring here. And it's quite enough for a sock or a shawl. And they have glasses and hats and ties. And I'm holding my yarn in a ceramic bowl that a friend made for me quite a long time ago. So that is what's the first thing that I'm doing. Now let's get on to the next thing. I cast on The Weekender by Andrea Mowry. Yes, I will do some crinkling because my pattern is never folded on the right page, of course. So it is a beautiful worsted weight sweater. It's so simple. It's so simple, it's genius. That's a picture of the shoulder that attaches to the neckline. There's one more picture on here, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. So it's an oversized worsted weight sweater. It's reverse stockinette, but she's knitting it. She's having us knitting it inside out. So we're knitting stockinette stitch, but when we're done, we flip it inside out. And the yarn that I'm using, and I know I wrote it down here, it is Wildwood Yarn by Webster. I think I got it at Webb's. It's color 179, but it's just nice. It's a medium gray. And look at me, I'm knitting with a ball. I don't like knitting out of those. They're not, are they hanks? I'm not quite sure what they're called. So this is being knit on a 4.5 millimeter, which is a US 7. And I have about this much done. So here on the side, you'll see, so the back is just a little longer than the front. I have about 8 more inches to do, and then I get into the splitting for the sleeves and everything. So I'm really loving it because of this detail right here. When you turn the sweater around, can you see that? Am I doing this right? I love that. That is just, it's a detail that I just think is gorgeous. Being held in is an acquisition, which I didn't actually put in my acquisitions section, and it's from Paradise Fibers, and she screen prints these bags, and it's a beautiful canvas, and it says, can't quite see the last letter, it says Knitterati. Yeah, you'd think I'd know how to do this by now. It has a beautiful pocket in the back, a quite large pocket, and the inside is screen printed. That says Paradise Fibers, and it's quite sturdy. It stands up. I really, really love it, and it's perfect for the size of the sweater that it is at the moment. I think I said it's 4.5 millimeters, which is a US 7. Of course, I have a problem zipping it this time. There we go. So I will put that here. Now, progress. I got a lot of progress done on my husband's sweater. Sorry about that. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a sip here. It is called Lumberjack by Marzena Kołaczek. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Lynn usually does that for me. And I'm knitting it out of Valley Yarn Superwash DK in a light gray. So it's not shiny in real person. It's just shiny because I have a light. That's still not helping. I'm getting the reflect from the screen right now. So guess what, peeps? I'm not sure if you saw this on the tangled skein, 2 tangled skeins. The body is done. I tried it on him. It's going to be steeked, but I tried it on him and it looked like a mini dress. I picked up the sleeve, one of the sleeves. So I've got quite a bit. And from this marker here, I need 5 inches because he has quite large arms all the way down to his forearms. And then I'm gonna have to do some quick button decreases. So I'll figure that out when I get there. So I'm doing really well on this. This is for the fall, so I think I'm going to have it done in a lot of time. Like, I'm not gonna have a problem finishing this for when he needs to wear it. And this is being knit on 4 millimeters, which is a US 6. Now I'm all tangled. I don't know if I have the pattern. No, I don't have the pattern in here, but look up the Weekender, sorry, not the Weekender, Lumberjack, and it's in my project page, and you can check it out there. The bag it's being held in is from Knit for Brains. She's on Etsy. I love this little key pull here, or a keychain pull. It's got a nice blue on the inside. And this was one of her, what do you call that? Like, she was selling it on sale because the fabric didn't line up right here. And seriously, I don't care. This thing is huge and I still have room. I love it. So go check her out on Etsy. Is that it? I don't think so. Yes, that's all I have. And so next is going to be what's jumping on the needles. And yep, I'm joining the crazy. I'm actually gonna knit a lace color work sweater, and I'm choosing the Zweig. Now, those of you who know, I've been on a yarn diet since December 15th was the last time I actually purchased yarn. I've been given yarn and swapped yarn, but I wasn't counting that as me purchasing yarn. Well, I fell off the wagon. I fell hard for, sorry, this is by Caitlin Hunter. I fell hard for Polka Dot Creek. And what did I do with, I had it caked up. What did I do with it? Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. I'll try and be more organized next time. It's still on the ball winder. So this is, hopefully it will focus. So this is Polka Dot Creek. She's Canadian. She lives in Airdrie, Alberta, Canada. And this is a 75 Superwash Merino 25 nylon, 463 yards, 4-ply sock yarn. Like, is that not amazing? And to go with it, so I had 3 skeins of these, but I ended up ordering another one because, I don't know, my math just, I didn't math right. And so she had another one that was dyed at the same time. So this is what it looks like in the cake. It's a beautiful brown, and it's called Toffee. And the one that is going to be the lace work is called S'mores. Whoop. Like, is that not amazing? And Shella, if you're watching, you stashed dive tonight, and she kind of said, let's just do it. So I think she found the yarn. I'm going to be swatching after I upload this. So hopefully I can get gauge and start. It's exciting. So that was one thing. I got, so the Fox bag is a brand new shop. So I ordered 2 bags from her. So that one is a smaller version. But then I ordered llamas. Like, how can you not have llamas? It just, yeah. Yeah, I fell. And inside is this really fun print, and Nanio's Business. I love how she spelled that. So she's new. I will link her in the show notes. And she also sent a package for you guys. And actually, I'm going to open it so you guys can actually see what you could win very shortly. Oh, beautiful. So, fireflies? Does anybody know that? And this is more of a brown. It's just, it's not coming up. I don't know if it's the light, the angle. It's 9:30 at night. So it's got purple handle. And that's actually purple inside. So this is going to be a giveaway very shortly. And I will be able to package this back up nice and neat so that when I send it out, it'll be nice. What else did I get? My husband and I went to, let me just grab the yarn here. And I didn't purchase this, he did, haha. So we went to Picton, Ontario, which is basically wine and cider country. And we went for about 6 days at the end of June. and I was able to visit an alpaca farm. Now this is called Chetwynd Farms, and they call it the Shed. So that might possibly be the alpaca that my yarn has come from. And they're, it was awesome because when we got there it was raining. So the store, it's a small store but well laid out, was attached to where the alpacas could go in from the rain. So I got to see them all nice and close. If I can attach yeah, I can attach pictures. I can attach a few pictures, and so my husband bought a pair of socks. Let's hope he doesn't do like the Rhinebeck socks that I got him, and they went in the wash. They didn't go in the dryer, but it shrunk. Awful. I hemmed and hawed over what I wanted to get, and I decided on, it's called Aurora. So it's 100% alpaca, 105 grams, 270 meters, which is 295 yards. It's a 2-ply, I'm not sure what that means, grist 2 sport weight. So I'm thinking a cowl for the winter. Squishy, it is just so soft, it's amazing. And they also had some cards, and so I got 2 of their cards that they have made. There, you can see that better. So those will go to a special somebody whenever it's time to send something out. Now, as you know, I'm designing, and my first pattern called the Soaring Cowl is out being tested at the moment. The pattern is up on Ravelry, but it's not for sale yet. My testers, I have 3 that have finished, and they're all due to finish on, no, 4 actually, on the 26th. Then I do some minor editing, and hopefully I will have it up first week of August. So I reached out to some yarn dyers, and I was able to get Creek Garden Crafts 100% Pima cotton in their DK. It's a 4-ply, 100% cotton. It's 218 yards, and I was able to get 3 of these. So it is, did I say the name? I think it's called Harvest. So it's having a hard time seeing the colors, but there's a lot of oranges and a little bit of greens and blues. So I have 3 skeins of this. So I'm designing a shawl, and hopefully it'll be ready mid-August, which people will still be able to wear because it's still pretty hot here in August. So that I can't wait to do. And then I don't have the label, but the ladies from All Dyed Up, they have a podcast, and they sent me a skein of their sport weight. So this sport weight, or DK sport, not sure. So this is going to be a cowl as well. So I have some designs ready in my brain. I have other stuff coming from some Canadian dyers who are collaborating with me. I have one coming from the US, and yeah, some pretty nice yarns. And you know, I figured I'm just going to ask. I'm a new designer, and I'd like to promote people, and I'm not shy to ask. What do they do? Say no? Who cares? So if this is you out there and you've agreed or have sent me yarn, I really appreciate it. I'm very nervous about getting my first pattern out there, but I made it quite simple. And as far as I know, everybody loves it. My friend Andrea, who is the cat lady, on Instagram, and she has a podcast, she made one in this beautiful blue. I think it was called Above the Clouds or Over the Rainbow. I think she's going to be featured on my pattern page. It is just gorgeous. So I want to thank all my testers. If you want to test for me, please go into my Ravelry group, the Tangled Skein CA, and you can put your name in there, and I will contact you the next time I have an availability. And as a new designer, I have availability. You guys, yeah, I got space. So, yeah, that's about it for that section. And I went to Rosehaven, which is in Picton. Sorry, that was a whole tangent and a half. And she's a flagship store for Quince & Co. I've never had Quince & Co. And she's got Jared Flood, I think, Loft. And I decided to go with a Quince & Co. And it's the Chickadee base, which is 100% American wool. So if you don't know what their labels look like, That's a Quince & Co label. And I got Bosc, B-O-S-C. And it is, I think this was a sport weight yarn. It's 181 yards. And it's this beautiful green. And then I got the same base. It's called Sedum. Yes, it's sport weight. It says right there, and I'm blind. And this is called Sedum, so it's like a rusty orange. That does not look like what it's supposed to look like. And then I got 2 skeins of what's called Smoke. So it's this beautiful gray. So these are going to become a cowl. Really can't wait to cast that on. Now what else do I have in my show notes? New stitch markers and some progress keepers are coming out. I photographed a crap ton, basically, and I just glued a whole bunch, about 12 more sets last night, and then I showed you the cat sets. I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those cat sets, and give me one quick second and I can actually show you what they are. Let's put them on a needle here. And then there's going to be a progress keeper that says cat person. I can just it's not focusing. So we have this one, which is the brown cat, and we have a white and black one, and then there's this kind of white with the little pink nose. This one, oh, why won't it focus? Oh, did I have it? Yes. Ah, I had it. I tell you, this is not easy being alone. Anyway, you get the gist. There are 6 different cats, and this cat person. Ah, there we go. So those are going. They were just glued tonight. They will be photographed tomorrow, and most likely the stitch markers will be in the shop on Saturday. I've cut up some fabrics for some bags, and I'll probably be doing some more snap bags, possibly a few drawstring bags. But I also wanted to know, do you guys want me to bring back the knot bags? If you're interested, let me know, because I think I feel like doing that. And I had mini, regular, large, and extra large, so I mean, it could be a possibility. So if you go into my sales on Etsy, you can see some of the knot bags, and I'd be glad to bring them back. I think that's about it. I've covered everything. I've got a dog down here, my sick puppy, and she has to be watched at all times, otherwise she has to have a cone on because she hurt her foot. And the other news is there's something wrong with her liver. We've been to the vet because she was throwing up after being put on an anti-inflammatory full time. And so we stopped the anti-inflammatory, we got blood tests done. The blood test came back with a higher than expected level of enzymes in her liver. So in 2 weeks she goes to have an ultrasound. And man, is that pricey. But it's the first thing to do. If we find out that it's something that is not going to get better and it's going to cost too much and not give her a quality of life that she deserves, she's going on 13, then we'll have to make the tough decision. It happens. Hopefully we don't have to do that. But so she's being babied at the moment. So that's it for my first podcast. Please hit subscribe on YouTube. Join my Ravelry group. Check out my Etsy store. I'll be posting show notes in the episode, also on my blog. So show me some love. Bye.